Yeah, coach, y'all scored 56 points in the paint tonight. Just kind of was that a point of emphasis going into this game?
I would say more than a point of emphasis, Hutch. It was a mandate, to score in what we call zone one. If you settled for threes tonight, you probably were going to come out and not go back in. We did not want to take a lot of 3-point shots tonight. This Razorback basketball team for the last 80 minutes of play has played really good basketball. Tonight's 40 minutes, we played very well against Kentucky, lost the game. They got loose on some threes and last 4 minutes of that game, not good tonight. To go on the road and lead for 37 minutes is really, really hard to do. And really proud of us offensively, scoring 47 and 44 in the two halves. I thought we did a phenomenal job sharing the basketball. Defensive activity is where it needs to be with 10 steals. This group tonight played like teams of the past, creating steals, jumping in passing lanes, sharing the basketball. Super proud of the 40-minute effort tonight.
And Makai specifically has put together back-to-back double-doubles for y'all. Just what have you seen from him? And was this something you maybe saw coming in practice or anything?
Well, I think he's practiced really hard. I think he's been very focused, especially the last 80 minutes of basketball. He's had great practices. He's had really good pre-practices. He's had good post practices. I think the last two games he's had a different renewed focus, which when he plays like that, he's as good as any center in the country. The way that he's played the last two games.
Bob. Yeah, Eric, I think the final score is kind of deceptive. You guys pretty much control that thing from about, like you say, the last 37, 38 minutes. What was it like to really be in control in an SEC game, especially on the road? I know Missouri hadn't won a game, but they've played a lot of tight games.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, Bob, we played great basketball. I thought there was a renewed sense of urgency, a focus, a disposition pregame. It was a team that was ready to play. And I'm proud, like I said, I'm proud of their toughness tonight, proud of the way that we defended in the first half. In the second half, when you're playing with the lead defensively, you don't want to put them at the foul line and have the clock stop. So defensively, we got some things that we have to clean up before we go to Baton Rouge on Saturday for an early tip. But I mean, the team had fun tonight. You could see it. They competed. They had fun while they were out there. And just, again, I mean, when's the last time we've had 10 steals in a game this year? So two really good steps in the right direction. You want your basketball team to be improving. I thought the last 80 minutes we've improved as much as any two games that we've had this year.
And then point guard, you started late and you gave Keon quite a few minutes. You played them together. T-Mark was kind of running the point there at the end. Just how'd you feel about the point guard play after kind of that was a rough spot against Kentucky?
Point guard play was phenomenal. I give it an A+. Keon had Keon, the last 2 days of practice, he was focused and, so he got the nod tonight, getting 32 minutes, and his free throws were very important, going 6 for 6, and the ball flows really well when he's out there. And I thought he made a couple great pocket passes that might not have gone down as assists because maybe one of our bigs took 2 or 3 dribbles. But I thought our offense was really good. I mean, 91 points on the road is a large number, and I thought we played consistently offensively in both halves. I thought defensively the first half great, defensively the second half much areas that we need to improve on.
If that's okay, obviously, Mitchell's been really big, but Graham's played pretty well. Lawson's played pretty well. Just what you thought of your bigs, especially with Trevin out the last couple games?
I think our three-headed bigs have been unbelievable. I really do. I mean, I think Chandler and Jalen and Kai have been outstanding. Not good, but outstanding. I mean, Jalen's looking at the rim and he's being super, super aggressive, scoring the basketball. He had 4 steals, 4 assists. I mean, Graham offensively was outstanding, and Chandler continues to do all the little things that might not show up in a box score. And like I mentioned, Kai's play, I mean, when he plays like that, he's as good as any 5 in the country.
Thanks. Anthony?
Eric, kind of going in line with obviously the 56 points in the paint. You guys out rebound them with the +9 margin. Can you just talk about how important the rebounding was for you guys tonight and how big of an emphasis that was going into it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was a huge point of emphasis, Anthony. I mean, we've done a lot of rebounding drills over the last, leading up to the Kentucky game, and then we continued on. So certainly, feel that that's an important aspect to us winning basketball games. I mean, if we don't rebound, Anthony, in this league, we're gonna, really, really struggle. So proud of our defensive rebounding. I thought there was, at times we let some balls slip through our hands. So we've got to get better at corralling the basketball in traffic, but a much improved job on the glass when you look 1 through 5.
Jackson Fuller.
Muss, what did you make of Layden and Menifield's time on the floor together? When they were kind of sharing the point guard duties.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of matchups and stuff. Jackson it has to do with what the other team has out there, and obviously when they play Sean East and Nick Connor together, it allowed us from a matchup standpoint to play 2 smaller guards together. There's often nights where we're going against 6'6" off guards, and then that changes playing 2 point guards at the same time. But I thought those 2 guys tonight played extremely well off of each other. I thought they both were extremely unselfish. I thought defensively they were really good. It created a little bit more defensive havoc for the opposition. We were able to extend our defense a little bit more, which probably goes in line with those 10-team steals.
Yeah, just I know they scored 84 points, but what did you make of your team's ability to kind of control the paint on the defensive end as well? It seemed like there wasn't as many dribble drives getting successful, especially along the baseline and such.
Yeah, I think our quickness with Keon and Layden, it helped us keep the ball in front. It helped us not get into rotations. So yeah, that definitely helped. And then, our block shots continue to be really, really solid. Graham had 3 tonight, and, as a team, we had 6 blocks. So that's been a big strength of ours all year. And I think if our perimeter guys can keep the ball in front like we did tonight, we did give up too many threes. Obviously, 10 of 20 is an area of concern, but tonight it was about stopping the dribble drive and maybe, schematically on me, we were willing to live with some threes, especially with 14, Robinson and number 4, Lewis. So those 3 threes out of their 10, those are all on my shoulder and a scouting report decision.
All right, Bob, take us home, please.
Hey, Eric, we didn't really get to ask you much about T-Mark. He looked more like his old self. Just what you think of his game?
Well, I think going back to the Kentucky game, Bob, I think he was still fatigued, from whatever he had headache wise and just low energy. I think he tried to give it his all, but I don't think he was completely healthy, but he knew that we were a team that we were down in numbers. And so he gave it his best shot. I thought in practice too, yesterday and in shoot around today, he looked like his old self as far as energy and having fun. He was joking around with guys today at shoot around and certainly I thought he looked like he had fresh legs as well. So I think from an energy standpoint, we saw a different player tonight than maybe what we, saw against Kentucky just because of the fatigue.
You guys had a 12-2 run there to end the first half. How big was that? Really got you a nice cushion.
Huge, Bob. I mean, I have been concerned with the way we've gone into halftime. We came into a very scripted group that we were going to have out there at the end of the half. I think, maybe one guy out of the 5 was not scripted. We wanted ball security to end the half. We wanted high level shot selection. And I thought, tonight was our best end going into halftime that we've had.
One more, the first road win. Just how big is that?
It's really hard to win on the road. I know that with the fan bases, this is probably a rivalry, or it seems to be. I thought they had a great crowd, and You know, I think anytime you can win on the road, especially when you're struggling to get a win, when you play Kentucky and you get emotionally up for the game, you have an incredible crowd like we did. It's really hard mentally and spiritually to pick yourself up and go on the road and play, you know, against a team that you know is desperate for a win as well. So super proud of the bounce back from a mental standpoint after a game that we were all, you know, including myself, everybody associated with the program. We gave it our all against Kentucky and came up short. We were able to put that in the back burner and get ready for today's game. Like I said, super hard to do for a college team, but our guys did a great job of it and came out and fought and scrapped and played probably their best game of the year.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, coach.
Thanks, guys.